Alright, so this is going to be a video about Android phones and the charging on them. As we all know, the Nexus 5X and the Nexus 6P were released today, and they both have USB Type-C chargers, and actually the charger on here is pretty cool. Or it's different. One side's USB and the other side's USB Type-C, or one side is USB Type-C and the other side is also USB Type-C, whereas a normal charger would be micro USB or USB Type-C and then a um, standard USB at the bottom. But USB Type-C, what is it? Basically, to be honest, here's what it's going to be. Here's what it is. It's the future. And love it or hate it, it's going to probably be the future, most likely. And it can look at the new MacBook has it, and you can plug in portable chargers, display ports, mouse, keyboards. Basically, yes, it does have a different plug-in, but there are adapters you can buy on Amazon and Walmart, Target. Probably every store is going to have them eventually. But what do I have to say about USB-C? And USB-C is great because it's reversible. The iPhone 5 does not have USB-C, which I would be very likely for Apple to switch over to USB-C, considering their current charger is very close to USB-C or USB Type-C. I'm going to refer it to as USB-C. Either way works, but Android phones such as Nexus 5X have USB Type-C chargers, and same with the 6P, but I'm wondering, yes, it does offer faster charging and reversible, which is a very underrated feature. Will it cause fragmentation with Android? Because you know phones recently that got released, such as the Galaxy Note 5 and the LG G4, the S6, phones those were earlier this year, which are kind of starting to, well, get outdated now considering there's rumors of an S7 coming out soon. But what do I have to say about it? What do I have to say about USB Type-C? I'm wondering, will it cause fragmentation across the hardware of the phones? We all know you could basically call a USB Type-C or US micro USB charger an Android charger because every single Android phone had one. You would see at like malls and stuff. I would sometimes see an iPhone 4 charger, an iPhone 5 charger, and a micro USB charger. I'm wondering, eventually will these micro USB chargers just go irrelevant completely? Or I kind of would like USB Type C to be the standard, but while we're going into it, there's going to be a lot of backlash and people complaining about different chargers. Look how much people hated on Apple when they changed the charger, and everyone loves it now, and no one complains about it. But the first year and a half, people were upset about it. They're like, I have to buy new speakers, new chargers. There were people that had all the iPhone accessories, and well, at this point, it's completely different than it used to be on there. What do I also have to say about USB Type-C? USB Type-C, it does charge faster than standard micro USB, so there are benefits to using it, and you can basically, it works with everything. So as you've seen, that one micro USB or USB Type-C port on the new MacBook functions as all the ports on your current laptop. Yes, there's only one, which is still limiting, but another thing is, since Android phones now have them, and I'm assuming other phones, such as Windows phones, will in the future. Yes, one day they'll all work together, or will it just be confusing for the first year and a half? Eventually, we're probably all going to have them like that, all using USB Type-C, but for the first year and a half, I'm really wondering, is it going to cause a lot of pain and anger for people? 'Cause I know the Nexus 7 or the Nexus 9 had USB, not the Nexus 9, I believe the Nexus 9 did not, but now we have new phones from Samsung coming out, the S7. Let's say that has a USB Type-C. There will be people who are upgrading from your S3, your S4, who've probably been using the same chargers they've had for a long time, maybe a car charger. They're going to be pissed that they have to buy new ones. People that have had Android for years, they're going to be mad that they have to buy new ones. And yes, I know if you probably I hope every manufacturer gets its standard to go with a USB Type C, because currently it seems some are and some are not. Such as LG is not, Samsung is probably. There's rumors that they are. Google, we all know, wants to push this shit forward. Will it go forward? I think it may take off. I think it may take off, but you never really know. What do I think of USB Type-C in the future? I think the first couple months it's going to be confusing for everyone to get used to. There's going to be tons of micro USB chargers lying around that they're going to have to replace. Probably you could buy a ton of micro USB chargers for the day that come. You could probably buy a ton of micro USB chargers now, but USB Type-C on the other hand, well, you're not really finding many of them now. There's going to be people who had micro USB chargers, and when they go to upgrade to the new phone, they're going to be pretty disappointed. And yes, for the next year and a half or so, I assume as soon as it becomes, until it's standard for about a year or two, kind of like the iPhone 6. Look at the iPhone 6. No one thinks of the old Apple chargers no more. So I think it may be that way again with these chargers, where people get mad about it for the first year and a half, and then 2 years later from now, they'll be like, I never want to go back to these old kind of chargers ever again. That's all I really have to say, and what are your thoughts? Do you think USB Type-C will be, do you think it will take off, or will it just cause fragmentation? I really hope that Google makes it standard for every Android phone, but since Android's open source, there's going to be a couple, since Android's open source and the operating system's free, there's going to be some tablets you'll find that have micro USB and some that don't, so, you don't really know. What are your thoughts on this? I can't speak properly now, but what are your thoughts on this? What do you have to say? That's all I really have to say about this. Hope you enjoyed the video, and bye.